When I sit here in this role today, it's fun to think about how Gold has evolved over the years, but it feels like the essence of what makes Gold and Kearney Catholic so special has stayed the same.
Kathy Rannick and Kathleen McKenzie came to the board meeting that night, and they had, I recall, 2 giant binders of precepts and principles. And they talked about what it could be, what it could do, and allowed us to begin to dream.
And our bishop at the time would not allow us to do it at the school because of alcohol being involved. So then it's like, well, where do you go?
Initially, it was out at the fairgrounds, and when you take a tennis practice facility and a fairground facility and turn it into something that is like out of Camelot for the night, just that what can be done when people put their minds to it.
It took a lot of volunteers at the beginning, because we had to do everything.
The difference was we had volunteers that worked all year long because they're passionate about Kearney Catholic, about Catholic education. And Kathy is out here with a measuring stick. Like, these chairs are supposed to be 12 inches apart or whatever it is. And I'm going, are you kidding me? Just sit the chair. But because of that attention to detail that first year, don't you think? It just started off. There was nothing haphazard. It was so well thought out. Jody Heaney one time from Minneapolis brought fire and ice, and so it was going to have these things lining the driveway coming in, and it's going to be fabulous. And we had a big melt. Remember that? It was like
big barrels of ice and
melting down. But again, it was so fun.
And did you think? Would you have ever, in your wildest imagination, guess it would last 30 years?
I will say my favorite thing about Gold every year is when we pull up to the building and the students are all dressed up and ready to volunteer. I love that transition of the adults having gotten it to a certain point. And then in that same event, we allow the students to learn from our example of volunteering and putting in the effort to make something we care about better. And then the students step right in and they start doing their part.
With my dad's involvement, I remember spending a lot of time out at the fairgrounds, setting up or just being a gopher on the Nights of Gold and gift delivery, whatever it was. That was always my favorite part, was just the camaraderie we had with my classmates and my friends.
Some of my best memories revolve around the Blankenship family. Any of Brett's friends just became Bruce's runners to do whatever Bruce needed that week.
My specific task was a carton of cigarettes for Bruce. We can't use this. Gold helped form a community amongst all the students because everyone had to help. Everybody had a role to play, whether it was parking cars or hanging up coats or carrying around a puppy that night. If that was one of the auction items, everyone had a job.
There was a transformation of Gold from moving it from the fairgrounds to the Eunice Conference Center, but then really focusing on the fundraising aspect and coming together to say, yes, we were able to raise hundreds and thousands of dollars with everybody working together, and the focus is raising funds for a faith-based education.
I just have a great appreciation for everyone that helps put on the event. When we need transportation, we've been able to do that. The program offerings, we're starting robotics and media productions and those types of courses, and our dual credit offerings are expanding as well. And so all of those things cost money, which in turn Gold is helping us to be able to do that, to provide that for our families.
I think I'm motivated to help year after year because the fruits of our labor are so evident. But then I also just love the opportunity to give back to a school that helped form who I am and who our children are.
I would say the reason we got involved is because we believe in the school. We believe in what Gold is and what it's become. It speaks volumes for our community when it's not just if you go to school here or you like the school, it's a Kearney event. People like to see Kearney Catholic do well. When Kearney Catholic does well, the community also does well. So.
The future of Kearney Catholic is just going to be stronger and stronger. We're really putting a focus on our Catholic identity. We're putting a focus on the life skills that students need to get those jobs that they need, but also how to be productive members of society. And so how to be a good husband, how to be a good wife, how to be a good spouse, a father. It's just, I couldn't be more excited about the future.
So for those of you present here tonight, thank you so much for being a part of Gold's past, for being a part of Gold's present, and for doing all that you can to support Kearney Catholic students in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your generosity.